Good morning, everyone. So, all set for the last assessment, that is English? Students, I hope you are all aware of the syllabus. Textbook, Lesson 1, 3 questions. Lesson 3, Gopal and the Hilsa Fish. Grammar, Chapter 1, Sentences and Chapter 2, Nouns. So, in this video, I will be revising all the subtopics of Chapter 1. That is, sentence and phrase, kinds of sentences, and question tags. So, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Example, Sohan is missing school. You and me are also missing school, no? Yeah. So here, what is it? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Children, what is a phrase then? Phrase is also a group of words, but they make sense but not complete sense. Now let's check the example in the library. Now here, what is in the library? Now if I say, suppose Sita is reading in the library. Now the sentence is giving complete sense and it can be transformed to a sentence, isn't it? So shall we check whether these are phrases or sentences? When I went home. So what we learned, a group of words that make sense but not complete sense. Now here, when I went home is making some sense but not complete sense. So it is a phrase. He promised that he would return my book. Now these group of words are making complete sense. So group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence. Wrote a poem last week. Now here you might be getting a doubt whether it is a sentence or a phrase. Students, sometimes there are certain aspects to identify a phrase. It will not be having a subject and a verb. Sometimes there might be a verb, then it is a verbal phrase. So here, wrote a poem last week. Now who wrote? I, you, we, he. The subject is not mentioned. So when the subject is not mentioned, it is clearly understood that it is a phrase. Yes, went on a vacation. So here also there is no subject mentioned. So it is understood that it is a phrase. If I say we went on a vacation to Kerala, then it would be a sentence. But now this is a phrase. My brother wished me on my birthday. Now here it's a complete sentence. Yes, it is having complete sense. So it is a sentence. Yes, children, I hope you understood this concept of identifying a phrase and a sentence. Now let's go to the next concept, kinds of sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences: the assertive or the declarative, the interrogative, the imperative, and the exclamatory. So let us know a bit or revise a bit in detail. Now here, the assertive or the declarative sentences. These sentences either state or declare something, and it is understood that they always start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. Now here, example, he is an honest man. So we are stating or declaring that he is very honest. Interrogative sentence. Now in the word itself, we can understand that it is going to ask questions, and sentences naturally which ask questions, they have a question mark at the end of the sentence. Example, do you like to have some coffee? So here I am asking someone a question that if they would like to have some coffee. imperative sentence. So these sentences express a command, request, order, or suggestion. Example, please help me carry the bag. So here you are requesting someone to help to carry the bag. So it is an imperative sentence. Exclamatory sentence. These sentences express a sudden, strong feeling or emotion. And yeah, they end with an exclamatory mark, but there are certain exceptions which I will discuss with you now. Now here, let's check the example. Bravo, that was a fine performance. Wow, the moon looks beautiful. So children, did you observe that in the first sentence, the sentence is ending with an exclamatory mark. So you will easily identify that it is an exclamatory sentence. Now the next one, the word is there and there is an exclamatory mark after the word wow. Yes. Now you might get a doubt that whether it is an exclamatory sentence or it is an assertive or declarative sentence. Don't worry. The words like wow, hooray, ouch, alas, ah, oh, these are all called interjection words. Now what is an interjection? Interjection is an expressive word which expresses a sudden feeling or emotion. That is why in the second sentence the exclamatory mark is placed after the word as it is an interjection word. Now shall we test our level of understanding by doing this exercise? Identify the kind of sentence. Please lend me your notes. Now when it is a request, what kind of sentence it is? Yes, recall? Yeah, sentences which express a command, request, order or suggestion are called imperative sentences. So, and here it is a request, so it is an imperative sentence. My friend gifted me this diary. Now here you are stating something that your friend has gifted you a diary. So the statements are declarative or assertive sentences. The sentences which state or declare something are called as assertive or declarative sentences. What a tragic ending. Now here the sentence is ending with an exclamatory mark. So definitely it would be an exclamatory sentence. Did you read the comic I gave you? So here I am asking a question that did you read the comic I gave you? So it is an interrogative sentence. Finish your lunch quickly. So you are asking someone to finish, you are suggesting, or sometimes if I say it in a harsh tone, finish your lunch quickly. So it may be a command or an order. So sentences which express a request, command or order are what kind of sentences? Imperative sentences. Which country does Nelson Mandela belong to? So here you are asking a question. So sentences which ask questions are interrogative sentences. Yes, children, I hope you understood this concept of sentences and you will be able to identify the kind of sentence. Let's go to the next concept, question tags. Question tag is a special construction in English. Like when we say something or when we ask someone anything, what we expect? We expect the other person to agree with what we have asked, or sometimes we don't. But in some cases where we don't expect an answer, then those are called as question tags. Now what is a question tag? A question tag is a short or a small question at the end of a statement. Now this question tag has a structure of its own. Now what is the structure is, I told you, it's already a short question, and what is the structure of the short question is, it has an auxiliary verb or the helping verb plus the subject. Now let us check with examples. It is a lovely day. Now, when you are adding a question tag, first you have to check whether the statement is positive or negative. And now here the statement is positive. It is a lovely day. The next step what you have to do is you need to identify the auxiliary verb or the helping verb in that statement. The statement, the helping verb over here is. Now, when the statement is positive, we use a negative question tag. Now, what is the negative of is? Isn't. And isn't. And what is the subject? It. Isn't it? It is a lovely day, isn't it? Yes. Now let's check another example. Amar won't attend the seminar. Now here, what I told you, the first step is identify whether the statement is positive or negative. Now what kind of statement it is? It is a negative statement because there is the verb won't. Now here, next what you have to do? Second step, you need to identify the auxiliary verb, and the auxiliary verb out there is won't. And what you have to do after identifying the statement, you need to write the question tag. Now as it is a negative statement, you are going to add a positive question tag. Now what is a positive question tag for won't? What is a positive? Will. And you won't write will Amar. You have to know that Amar is third person singular, so he. And as it is a masculine gender, so you are going to write will he. Amar won't attend the seminar. Will he? Yes, children. I hope you would understand the way of writing the question tag with positive statement and negative statement. Now there is another aspect of writing a question tag. Now here you identified the auxiliary verb and wrote. Now in the next examples you need to identify the main verb and write. We'll check those examples. You play the guitar. Now here you have to identify the main verb. Now here the main verb is play. And next you need to identify what kind of tense it is. It is in simple present tense. And now when it is in simple present tense, you will use do or does when you identify that the verb is in present tense. Now let us check once. You play the guitar, don't you? As the sentence is in positive statement, you write the negative question tag. Now if suppose the verb is in past tense, what we use? We use did. Let us check with example. They went to the cinema. Now here went is in past tense. Go, went, gone. Yes, went is in past tense. They went to the cinema. So as went is in past tense, we use did. They went to the cinema. Now here it is a positive statement. So what we use? Negative question tag for positive statement. Didn't they? They went to the cinema. Didn't they? Yes, children. I hope you understood how we write a question tag. A positive statement, negative question tag. Negative statement, positive question tag. Shall we practice few sentences? Now complete these sentences with correct question tags. Pranay is late this morning. Now what I told you, first we need to identify whether the statement is positive or negative. So it is a positive statement. Now next what we have to identify the auxiliary verb out there. Is the auxiliary verb. So is, what is the negative? Isn't. And Pranay is in third person singular, he. Isn't he? Yes. You can't tell the difference. Now here, what is the first step? Identifying the whether the statement is positive or negative. So can't is there. So it is a negative statement. For can't, what is the positive? Can. So can you? Mary plays football. So there is a twist in the sentence. Yes, there is no auxiliary verb. There is only the main verb. Now what I told you, for main verb, what do we check? Whether it is in simple present or past tense. Now Mary plays football. Plays is in simple present. What do we use for if the verb is in simple present? We use do or does. Yes. Now here, and the statement is positive or negative? It is in positive statement. Yes. So Mary plays football. Now another thing you have to remember is, as Mary is third person singular, we use doesn't. Doesn't she? She ate a lot of ice cream. Now here ate is in past tense. Yes. So as it is in past tense, what do? We use the question tag did. She ate a lot of ice cream and it is a positive statement. So we use a negative question tag. So didn't she? They always sleep after lunch. Now first we have to check whether the statement is positive or negative. Positive. They always sleep after lunch. So here sleep is in simple present. So for simple present, what do we use? Do or does. Now another thing you have to check, here the subject. It is in third person plural. So it takes do. So don't they? We will get sufficient time to answer. Now here, did you observe? It is having will. What did I say? When the statement is positive and we are going to use won't in the negative question tag. So won't we? We won't get enough time to speak. And when the statement is negative, naturally the question tag will be positive. And for won't, what is the question tag? Will. Yes, positive question tag. Will we? Yes, students, I hope you could follow the 3 subtopics of sentences, chapter 1. Now practice the worksheets that I am going to share with you and watch the next video on chapter 2 nouns revision, where I will be discussing the blueprint of the question paper and the mode of assessment. Thank you.